Alright, this is a quick video on my second Century Arms C308 Sporter. So apparently that happened after 50 rounds. Equipped barrel. So they say. I don't know.
Equip load.
Equip load. So they say.
Lock it, show everyone it's clear.
Had about 56 rounds through it using a Tula 150 grain 308. Yep, my hand was about an inch and a half away from it, which was a normal holding position, I think, for this rifle. A little farther up, and my cousin was standing about 25 feet from me, and he got splattered with some bullet fragments and kind of penetrated him. So he's got a little bit of shrapnel on his side, which is always fun. But I took it to a couple different gun experts. They still think it's a quib load. I've never seen anything like this, though, to where it's just kind of went out the barrel and to the right. There's still a good sized chunk of bullet left in there. So we're basically just making this video to show that we haven't messed with the rifle in any way other than just taking pictures. It hasn't been inspected, it hasn't been torn apart by any gunsmith or anything like that. And we'll see if it's going to fall on the weapon manufacturer or if it's going to be an ammo defect. The chromoly lining in the barrel is peeling as well. And we're not sure if the integrity of the structure has been compromised, meaning was there too much back pressure on the back of the rifle or anything. So we're going to send it into Century Arms. Again, this is the second one that we've had. The first one had a horrible charging problem. And see what Century Arms has to say about this pretty, I would say, a very rare instance. I've never seen anything quite like this. So we'll see what Century Arms has to say about this.
Shitty thing is the way they mount the gas block. Everything's all welded together. It's not really quite the simple process of just swapping the barrel, making the gun run again. Ball carry group seems to be okay. Took it to a guy, he pulled it apart, checked everything out. As you can tell, it looks like there's a little bit of warp up here. So I have to get that checked out, make sure everything's ready to roll. A little bit harder to charge, I just noticed. So.
And what else is kind of funny is this, the serial number between this Century 308, and the only thing different between this and the other one is this is the new Patriot Brown edition or color. There's only about a 320, 350 difference. Front, charging handle to the front. About 320, 350 difference in between the serial numbers. So, yeah, who knows? Pretty shitty. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. If anybody has any comments on this or any thoughts or any input, would be really appreciated.
I mean, all honesty, kudos to them. I mean, the bolt survived. Nothing's really warped. The locker still roll. Still locks up. Oh, seems like the only issue was with the barrel.
Yeah, and who knows if Century Arms is going to replace that. If they say it's an ammo thing, then it's probably go through Tula. I know this slot. That's a lot. So if anybody from Tula is watching this, you guys either have fucked up rounds, or Century Arms has a fucked up something lining the barrel, or any one of those.
There's a lot to come from, guys. for watching it. You know, 20 round magazine, 20 round box. We got 4 rounds left. He pulled 2 apart. Can't see anything too different except for one of the actual projectiles came out extremely easy. So just check your shit, and yeah, that's it.
Cool. If anybody has any input or anything on that, also the compensator was pretty loose as well. Let's see if we can get in here and see the peeling of that lining. There's a little piece right there. Let me see if I can find it. Might be on that side. Might be up. And you can see it's right there. You can pretty much see the. And I know you guys think it's just a rifling, but it's actually hard to see this in the video. But that's actually.
I can see down the barrel at all.
Okay.
Can you see down there?
Let's see if you can see down there. No, put it through. Oh well, you can kind of see down through there. So you see the light at the down there a little bit. You can see the projectile. The camera's front. There we go. So there's the bullet stuck in the by the gas block. So you know, maybe when they welded the gas block together, you know, heat expands, and then when it gets cold, it it retracts, so, or decompresses. So maybe that's an issue. But peeling of the chromoly lining. Compensator is pretty loose. You guys want to check out the welds on the gas lock or anything like that? So I guess we'll keep you guys posted on what goes on with this rifle. I know it's going to take a couple days for Century Arms to issue me a mailing little label, a shipping label. Then they're going to look at it for a couple weeks and try to make sure that they're covering their asses with anything, and if there is, they're going to probably cover it up and say, oh yeah, well, we'll put a new barrel on here. But like I said, this is my second C308 from Century Arms. Unfortunately, I've had shitty luck with both of them, and which is pretty crappy because I really like these rifles.
Really great like gun for about 60 rounds.
Yep.
Great gun for 60 rounds.
Let's zoom in there a little bit, see if you can see anything abnormal.
That's better than the bore snake.
Yeah, I know. Everything looks good. I mean, just obviously, you look down the barrel and there's a freaking round lodged in there.
That's what's. You know, if you guys want to comment anything, anybody can, shed some light on it. If it was a squib load, our first round stopped here. And if it stopped, I mean, honestly, you HK guys, PTR, sent me guys, C308 guys, you guys know, I mean, it's not easy to move around. It's a fucking chunk of steel. So, if you guys have ever had a squib load that has actually been able to cycle this, I mean, it chambered another round right after. It chambered around perfectly fine, seated, locked. Yep. I mean, it was in battery. So, and it doesn't look like there's 2 rounds down there, and granted, the barrel's split.
Yeah, but if there's 2 rounds, I mean, that's not a big enough hole for another projectile to go through. I mean, you can kind of put the comparison to the projectile, not really big enough for it to exit, and there's only this piece of that projectile there. So I might not know what I'm talking about, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw the round before this hit the target, and then this happened, an explosion, and then it's kind of like, well, what the fuck just happened?
Then it's sad cousin. No, if you guys out there know that, if a squib load, or with enough for it to stop here, does it still have enough energy to cycle it and come all the way back in the battery? And we didn't charge it. We didn't put another one back in. There was a round back into it. Came back in the battery. Matter of fact.
And out of the magazine, this round was the 15th round that was fired.
That's the round that came in. That went to chamber right after it. He pulled it out. It chambered itself. So. Yeah,
and without it actually physically being able to get to the hole for the gas to travel down the gas tube, then.
Well, cool. Let us know what you think.
Alright, thanks guys.